Hi, Sai.
Hi Milan, good day.
Yup, very hot.
Come on, let's go for a walk.
Milan, what are these books?
Oh, they are about World War II.
Oh, are you interested in World War Two?
Yes, very much. Oh, actually, I didn't read the book fully, but I didn't even understand a single thing. Waste book.
Tell you how it all started. Then let me ask you, who's Hitler?
Italy invaded Ethiopia because they wanted to boost Italians' prestige.
Japanese invasion of Manchuria. Why did Japan invade Manchuria? The Japanese justified the invasion as a response to the Martyr incident, in which an explosion occurred on the Japanese-owned South Manchuria Railroad. The Japanese claimed this was an attack by China and their invasion was an effort to restore order. However, most historians believe this was a false flag operation and the attack was carried out by the Japanese military itself. Furthermore, the supported explosion was so minor that the railroad did not even need to pass with trains to pass. Therefore, there was really other motivations for why the Japanese invaded Manchuria, in particular the desire to obtain natural resources and gain a territorial foothold in China. Manchuria as a foothold in China. Manchuria was also an important foothold in China for Japan. The area on the eastern coast had
Now let's see a capture of where Japan invading China.
Shanghai, China. Here, cultures intersect. It's a Chinese city with an American and British settlement. Streets reveal a global mix of carts and cars. It's an international crossroads, but Japan has it in its crosshairs. In 1937, they invade. Their own film shows parts of Shanghai crumbling in a heap. Japan seizes the Chinese portion, surrounding the Westerners. Then Japan storms another city. They overwhelm Chinese forces within days, then massacre up to 300,000 citizens. It becomes known as the Rape of Nanking. The Chinese try to carry on amid the rubble. The horrors linger like ghosts. On this pockmarked building, the invaders flaunt their flag like a brand. Japanese soldiers signal a new imperial presence. America wonders if Japan's ambition ends here, or
How did World War II start? 1. Hitler had an overriding ambition for territorial expansion, primarily driven by his desire to reunify the German peoples and his pursuit of Lebensraum, a living space that would enable Germans to become economically self-sufficient and militarily secure. 2. Breaks the Treaty of Versailles peace document signed between Imperial Germany and the Allied powers on 28 June 1919. 3. He was able to annex Austria and Czechoslovakia with little resistance in 1938-39. 4. NBSP, then on September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland, which had been guaranteed French and British military support should such an event occur. 5. 2 days later both countries declared war on Germany, launching World War.
Most powerful empire on the earth. But for this, I needed liberation. That is, I needed to start to take over the world. In the start, I aimed to get good position in of Europe. In German, Führer is the word of leader, and Führer, what was German called me. I ruled over Germany for 1933 until 1945, when during the last days of World War II, I killed myself rather than surrender and face trial. From the start, I convinced Germans that Jews were to blame for all countries' problems. In speeches, I worked to dissent crowds into a frenzy by screaming that something had to be done. His answer was to get rid of Jews, all of them. I saw to that 13 million people were killed, 6 million of them Jews. How can a person be so evil? Thousands of books have been written about me in the 60 years of my death, but none of them have found the answer.
June 22, 1941. Germany invades Russia. Russia was also called the Soviet Union. This project was called Operation Barbarossa and was led by the Nazis. Japan attacks Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor is present in Oahu, Hawaii. Reason 1. An increased need for natural resources. Reason 2. Restrictions. Reason 3. Expansion in the Pacific. This made the USA join the war. August 23, 1942, Battle of Stalingrad. This is battle between German troops and Russia, Soviet. It happened in southern Russia. It is one of the worst and deadliest war in World War II. Russia, Soviet, won the war with German troops. Allies invade Germany. Because of this, Adolf Hitler suicided without knowing what to do. Germany surrenders. Bomber dropped the Little Boy 5-ton bomb on August 6, 1945.
Now, it took about 45 seconds from the time the bomb left the airplane until it exploded. And I think there wasn't a man in the airplane that wasn't either timing it with his watch or counting or doing something. I was sure the bomb was a dud. I was sure it wasn't going to work.
After falling for 43 seconds, the time and barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy. Three days after the Hiroshima bomb, despite all the destruction, Japan still hadn't surrendered. A second bomb was made ready, and Truman issued another warning.
The world will note that the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, a military base. If Japan does not surrender, bombs will have to be dropped on war industries. I urge Japanese civilians to leave industrial cities immediately and save themselves from destruction. I realize the tragic significance of the atomic bomb. Having found the atomic bomb, we have used it. We have used it against those who attack us without warning at Pearl Harbor, against those who have starved and beaten and executed American prisoners of war, against those who have abandoned all pretense of obeying international laws of warfare. We have used it in order to shorten the agony of war, in order to save the lives of thousands and thousands of young Americans.
The second bomb was intended for the city of Kokura, but it was too cloudy, so the plane moved on to Nagasaki. Desperately short of fuel, the crew released the bomb despite more clouds. The bomb missed the aiming point and fell into a valley. This time there was no firestorm, but even so, more than 50,000 people were killed. The Supreme War Direction Council in Tokyo
冷静金が1億収支書の方向各々最善を尽くせるに
Selben Master messen wie die üblichen diplomatischen politischen Besuche. Die Tatsache, dass ich heute nach Deutschland gekommen bin, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich
Never before, since Jamestown and Plymouth Rock, has our American civilization been tears and sweat. And your untiring response brought us in de cette guerre de 30 ans, le monde faisant la somme des efforts и contemplant les blessures.
Представители которых почтили наш съезд своим присутствием. И которые
10 months ago, at that time, work on the building of
We're no strangers.